Hey Brian, how you doing? I've got your presentation up here, and I think I like to do a lot of video. So thanks for that comment over there. But I just want to say, it's not everybody's style. It isn't. More teachers should, online facilitators should do this. And for every argument that says that video is great and it works, there's one that says that it may not work for everybody. So I certainly appreciate you voicing your opinions, and I will remember that you are one of the ones that prefer the video. And so I try to give everybody the choice. If you don't prefer video, let me know, and I'll be glad to write it out. Okay, let's take a look at your Anchorage choice for the Winter Olympics. Now, one thing I see, I just want you to do this. I think you got a great choice here. I think you got a good, nice, solid foundation. But next week, we've got the final due for this paper that you started. And what I want you to do, everything you have here is good, really good. I think visually, I don't know what this image is. It's purple. It's got a purple overcast on it. So it's just really, really hard to look at, kind of, because it's so unnatural. So I would either color adjust that or try to stay away from it completely. One thing I think, as I was saying, is that you see over here is you have all of these things that need to be addressed in your paper. What I would do is I would format the paper like that. I would start with stakeholder. I mean, why mess around? Why not just give the exact format that is suggested, right? So you got stakeholder groups, which you mentioned, and then you've got client goals objectives. Now, you've got this thing over here that says uncharted frontiers, and I'm not sure exactly what that is. That's really going to need to be described and explained. If that is like the organization that is you're working for as a designer, and that organization's responsibility is to bid for the Anchorage, Alaska, I'm sorry, for the 2022 Olympics to be held in Anchorage, Alaska, that's great, but tell us about that in the next paper, the final version, okay? City infrastructure, this is good. You talk about it, but you don't give examples. For example, you talk about already has venues, but you never mention if those venues were used for an event of this magnitude, and if the venues are too old to use for an event of this magnitude. Okay, so really dig deep into that. Remember, your client wants to have the Olympics for whatever reasons in Anchorage, Alaska, and this presentation here is going to be presented to the Olympic Committee while they're choosing. Okay, so it's up to you to really sell this. And then you have this, right? But why? Describe each one why in your final. Culture, good job. I think that the Tlingit and the Inupiat Indians and Eskimo tribes, I always have so much trouble with pronouncing their Inuit, Inupiat, Tlingit. And there's all sorts of different ones. Oh, there's a bunch of different ones. So I think that that's something that needs to be, really considered in terms of an opportunity to show this really diverse and wonderful historical collection of cultural iconography and visual representation like we have here. And honestly, I think your answer lies in those Indian artistic styles, colors, presentation, textures, etc. Okay, so I could literally see this being used as a background. And I'm not saying those colors, I'm not saying that exact presentation, but I'm saying something like that used for the pattern background. Levels of communication. This is where you really gotta tell us exactly what you're doing. Okay, some of your classmates have already started considering how they're gonna use graphics on the trains that bring not only the spectators but the athletes to the venues, as well as also considering the graphic representation of the Olympics in the city proper, as well as the outskirts, Olympic villages and banners and tickets and environmental graphics, including building graphics, etc. Okay, and I just want to mention that I think this is really interesting because I don't think I've ever really seen this before. That you have, where was it? Oh, it's not a very long paper, so I can't believe I lost it. But anyways, there's a section in here about using the orcas. Oh, it's got to be down here because there's the orcas. Ba, 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 ba. That's not it. It's in here somewhere. I'm not going to search for it. But anyways, you're talking about using the Caribou to somehow represent the running events, and Orca somehow to represent the swimming events. And that's the first time I think I've seen a student this early in the game say, hey, wait a second, let's take indigenous animals and think about the possibility of using that as a visual solution or part of your visual solution. Okay. Only other thing is that you really got to get I know you got your image credits. That's awesome. Good job. You want to format your credits in APA or MLA. It doesn't matter to me, APA or MLA formatting, but for the final, you have to get those correct. And then you'll have to give us your actual, your written research citations as well. Okay, so again, just looking for this package. Again, less in summary, I want you to just go through this outline here and maybe think about using that as the outline for your paper. All right, awesome job. Any questions, please give me a holler. Good job, thank you.